Hey, listen, man. I got a question, man. I got a couple questions, but I'm gonna just shoot it straight from the hip, man. So, I've been trying to work with Blue High School. Been saying that I want to go up there and do some volunteer work with the kids. Kind of, get in the mix of, just going up there talking with the kids. Doing whatever I can do to help out, right? And so I spoke to an assistant principal up there. Homie of mine went to college with. He was like, I needed to go downtown to DCPS's security office, I guess they main office, to do fingerprints and all that or whatever, right? So I go down there, I get the fingerprints done. They send me this letter. Let me see if I can get this. See if I can get this letter. So they send me this letter, right? They send me this letter. So let y'all see it. They send me this letter, right? That's me. They send me this letter, right? And so they send me this letter, and it starts saying that there was some information found on your background check. We need dispositions and result in conviction, probation, or diversion program. And also we strongly encourage you to submit at least 3 letters of recommendation from previous employers, co-workers, family, and friends, right? And so I got 5 letters of recommendations. I got 5 of them. I got 5 letters, right? But my issue is the first charge that's on here is from 1997. And it says felony threats. And it says that it was null, meaning that it was thrown out of court, right? 1997, that's the first charge that's on here. Felony threats, mind you, 1997, right? And so the second one on here is all the way back from 1995, right? In 1995, I got caught with a handgun, right? And in Maryland, that's not a felony. That's a misdemeanor, right? So, I mean, I can go on and on because, listen, I ain't going to lie to y'all. It's a couple pages. Look, this is the first page I showed y'all was first page, right? First page, second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, sixth page, last page, right? And the last page, the last charge on here on this last page is from 2001. All right. And this is, again, DC Public Schools. DC Public Schools. Now, all I want to do is volunteer. All I want to do is go up here, talk to the kids, and just, get them a better understanding of what the street life is and what it's not going to end up being for them in their life. Like, it's not going to end up being a good job, right? And so, first charge is from 1997. Last charge on the last piece of paper is from 2001. All right? It's 2019. It's 2019, and a person who wants to volunteer, and I think volunteer would mean that it's free. It means that you want to go and do some free work to help somebody else, right? And so here it is. It's 2019. The first charge that they pull up is from 1997 in Dover, Delaware. In Dover, Delaware. I mean, I was wild in Delaware, so let's just, it is what it is. But the charge itself is from 1997. And then the last charge, out of all of that paperwork that y'all saw, is from 2001. 2001, okay? And so I just called on the phone to find out, like, what do they look for? Like, why is it that most companies, most jobs, go back 10 years, if that? And I know for some federal jobs, like if you're doing like a security clearance or something like that, they probably go back 12 years. 1997? Can somebody do the math for me? It's 2019. Hold on, man. I'm gonna just do it myself. Cause I'm just trying to figure out what's really going on out here. What's really going on? Okay, so 2019 1997. That's 22 years, Joe. 22 years, right? And so the last charge I said was 2001, right? 2001, 2019, 2001. I just want to be perfect, right? That's 18 years. So you mean to tell me I can't volunteer at a high school for a charge that I got 22 years ago? 22 years ago. And then the last charge that's on this paperwork, 18 years ago. Really? And then the lady was like, well, I mean, you got to talk to the investigator who did it. I can give you her number, whoop-de-whoop. I said, no, I'm just trying to ask you, how far do y'all go back? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. How far do you go back on this background check? She was like, oh, we go all the way back to your 18th birthday. I'm like, why? Why do you, for what reason? You're volunteering. And yes, I get that we're going to be around kids. And yes, I understand that, you know, I can understand the sensitivity of wanting to make sure people not going to be, you know, molesters and, you know, all that other type of crazy shit. But I'm volunteering. So now you telling me I got to go and spend money to go get depositions from different jurisdictions so you can see what happened with the case and all of this to go do something for free? So when did volunteering end up having to cost money? Like now, you want me to go and drive to these different jurisdictions to get depositions for charges 22 years ago. Then you want me to come back down to North Capitol Street to bring you all of these depositions. And on top of it, you want me to get 3 letters of recommendation. Now I got the letters of recommendation. I got a letter from my man, Charles King. He has a nonprofit called Helping Others with Life. I got another letter of recommendation from another friend of mine. And she has a Jeanette. She has an organization that's called Little Black Dress. She has a nonprofit. I got a letter of recommendation from my homie, Terrence Hood. He is a federal investigator for one of these federal agencies. I got another one from a coworker, and then I got another one from a supervisor. So I got 5 letters of recommendation. So on top of the letters of recommendation, they want me to go to these different jurisdictions: Delaware, Upper Marlboro, Delaware. I was off the chain in Delaware. Delaware. So they want me to go, they want me to get in my car. They want me to spend gas money, toll money, because I ain't doing shit over the phone. Like, I did it once for a job, for my last job that I just had. And I had to actually physically go to the courthouse and to get the physical paperwork. They don't do anything over the phone. And if they do something through the mail, it's going to take a couple days or whatever. And so you want me to physically get in my car, put gas in my car, money. You want me to pay tolls to go over the bridge, money. You want me to go and get these depositions, which is more than one, money. Then you want me to drive back, money. Then you want me to come to your building, money. Then I got to park my car, money. Then you want me to come upstairs and give you depositions. And you want me to give you letters of recommendation just to volunteer? I don't understand. I mean, why does it seem like DC government and its employees seem like they make shit so difficult, man? I mean, the lady did not even want to listen to what I had to say before she started getting smart on the phone. And I was like, Miss Lady, I don't even understand why you even like sound like you got an attitude. And the first thing that threw me off was when she answered the phone, she was eating something. Hello? What? How do you even answer the phone while you eating something. I mean, why does it seem like DC employees give you the worst? I mean, a lot of times it's hard to go into these places to deal with, whatever you want to deal with in the DC government. I mean, I've been in, a few DC government buildings as somebody who was coming to make a delivery. And it's always something. You always catch that one employee that just go over the top with it all the time. I mean, and in this case, I'm not calling, you know what I'm saying? I'm not calling. I mean, I do know, Mark, but I'm just trying to figure out why. I mean, here it is. You are a government employee. You got a cushy job. You got good benefits. You got to be making decent money. What the fuck is the attitude for? What the fuck is all of the extra shit for? I don't understand, Joe. I have not understood it for a long time, and today was just, it just broke the camel's back, and I just want to come on here and talk to my people and find out what the fuck is going on. Like, what the fuck is the problem? I mean, my first problem is all I'm trying to do is volunteer. I want to go up to Baloo. We had a plan. We wanted to talk to the kids. I got a podcast. I was going to tailor some of the topics to the kids. We was going to record, and I was going to build a relationship. And I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to stop me. But what I'm saying is this will deter good people who want to give back. Like, and I'm literally getting ready to join an endeavor where I'm going to be on a panel of different people, and they are DC DC public school employees. And when I told them about this, they was like, it's funny you talking about this because we just had this conversation. We just had a meeting about them and these background checks and how they trying to get people to pay money to go get depositions and all this other stuff, to pay money to volunteer. It's some good people that's not going to be able to volunteer because you putting them through all of this red tape. And so in my mind, I'm like, it's not going to stop me from wanting to give back. It's not going to stop me from wanting to go back to my alma mater and help these kids out the best way I can. But shit like this, man. I mean, this is crazy, man. You literally want me to go spend money to volunteer. That makes no sense to me. And I mean, and the first charge that's on here is from 1997. The year I went to college. So can you imagine how old I was? I'm 41 now. In 1997, I think I was 19. I mean, come on, man. This is crazy. 22 years, man. 22 years old, and you want me to go to a courthouse and get a deposition for something that's 22 years old, man. It's crazy. To volunteer, not to be an employee, not to work, to volunteer, to help the youth out here that you call crazy, that you say ain't nobody trying to help them. But I'm trying to help them, but look what you doing to me, though. Yeah, I'm going to put it out there. Look what you doing to me, though. Come on, man. The first child, 22 years old. The last one is 18 years old. Come on, man, for real? You want me to go spend money and all of that to volunteer? To do some free, from out the kindness of my heart type shit? That makes no sense to me, Joe. You want us to help these kids, but you giving us all this red tape. Come on, man. And then the part of the employee, I'm on the phone. I'm trying to ask her questions, and she getting slick out the mouth. First and foremost, she answered the phone because she was eating something. Then she kind of listened to me. Then as I'm trying to ask, I'm just trying to ask, like, why do y'all go back so far back? Why do I got to go get depositions? Why I got to do all this shit? If you say this is an FBI and identification record, then you should already know what the deposition is for each charge. Why I got to go back and do that? Literally, this joint say FBI, you see it? FBI identification record. So if it's an FBI identification record, why do I gotta go back and tell you what was? Why I gotta go back and tell you what the charge was? Why I gotta go back and tell you what the deposition was? You should already know what it was. And honestly, it do say. I forgot what somebody told me with NOLLED process. I forgot what somebody, it's a specific term, what that means. I forgot what it means, but I know it means that you were released on your own recognizance and you know, it's no charge. So why do I got to go get a deposition for that? Why do I have to go get a deposition for that? Why do I got to go pay money to volunteer, Joe? I just want to get my time, man. And then the lady on the phone, answered the phone, eating on the phone, got slick out the mouth. Well, if you need to talk to the investigator and find out why she want that. I'm asking you. I'm asking you general questions of why y'all go back so far. 22 years? And then she didn't even let me get out how long because she was like, well, if it's on there, it must not be that old. I'm like, but you're not even letting me. I am and every time I said something, she said something. I said, well, you're not listening to me. I am listening. I said, you not, because every time I start to talk, you talking. Well, let me shut up and let you talk. And then as soon as I start talking, she said, see, because if you do this, I'm like, but you're not even. So I just hung up the phone. Y'all. I hung up the phone. Before I can get out of character, before I can let this fuck up my day, I hung up the phone. But my question is, how is it that I'm trying to volunteer? I'm trying to give back. I'm trying to help these youngins, and you giving me all this flack, man. You giving me all this right here. I got to pay money to volunteer? Why? Why do I got to do that? It's a FBI, it is a FBI identification record. Why do I got to go through all of that? Why do I got to go pay money to volunteer? Why I got to do that? I mean, this joint literally say FBI identification record, got my name, social, all that, whatever my weight was back then. It say 165. God damn, I was 165? Damn, I ain't seen 165 in a long time. But it say arrest, receive, it give you the date, it give you the agency, all that, it give you what the deposition is, but you asking me to go pay. You asking me to go pay for a deposition. Why? It's right here. It tell you what the charge is, it tell you what happened, and then it tell you what the deposition is. Why I gotta go pay for that? Why I gotta go spend money for that? And then look, y'all, look, like I told y'all, 1 sheet, 2 sheets, 3 sheets, 4 sheets, 5 sheets, 6 sheets, 7 sheets. 7 charges, yo. From 1997 to 2001. And one of them is in DC. The rest of them are in Maryland. No, I'm sorry. The rest of them are in Delaware, where I went to college, because I was off the hook when I was in college. And the last one is in Maryland. And even with the one in Maryland, Prince George's County, it say what the charge is, handgun. It say what the charge is, disposition. At the bottom, it say disposition. It tell you what the disposition is. Come on, what? Why I gotta go get disposition? Why I gotta do that? Just to volunteer, just to give back to the community. How the fuck are we supposed to give back to the community and do it the right way when we fucking getting railroaded like this with this bullshit? And again, for all y'all who just came on here, the charges start at 1997 and end at 2001. And then on top of the depositions that they want me to go pay to get, they want me to get 3 letters of recommendation. I don't got 3, I got 5. So before I can even get into the fact of telling her I got letters of recommendation, you know, when I reviewed the report that y'all gave me, all of the depositions are there. It tells you what happened to the case. I'm trying to ask her why I gotta go. Well, if you just go ask, if I can give you the investigator's number on the phone, and I mean, she not even listening to me, and that's my thing. It's hard to even talk on the phone with these people. And then, can you imagine if I'd have went down there and somebody would have talked to me like this face to face? I mean, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like we all we all got a certain amount of challenges in our life, right? And I'm not saying that my past is going to stop me from doing anything that I want to do, because it's never stopped me, Joe. I mean, it slowed me down. It didn't allow me to get certain jobs. It didn't allow me to do certain things in my life, but it never stopped me from getting to where I'm at now, right? And so in my mind, I'm just trying to figure out, how is it that you're asking me in this official letter to get you 3 letters of recommendation, and then you want me to go to the various courts to get the resulting deposition? It's on the report. It's on this. It's on the report. The deposition tells you what was the outcome of the other case. But you want me to go pay money? No, I don't. And so again, what I'm saying is, y'all, I'm not gonna let this deter me from going to volunteering with these kids, man. I'm not gonna let it deter me. But I thought I would come on here and let y'all know that this joint right here, these peoples right here, they got the game messed up, Joe. And a normal person will get frustrated and be upset and be like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't volunteering. And that's where we drop the ball with these kids, man. We let certain things in our life stop us from doing what we know is right. And I mean, and I ain't just talking about with me and volunteering with these kids. I'm talking about just in life in general. We allow certain things in our life, you know, a bill we ain't paid, you know, something somebody said, some he say, she said shit. We let stuff minute stop us from reaching, you know, the heights that we want to go, man. And I mean, I want to be able to give back to these kids, because I just had a phone call this morning, man. I just had a phone call this morning with a homie. I ain't talked to this man in over 25 years, Joe. And we sitting on the phone and we rapping and we talking about the old days, good and bad, right? And he was telling me how proud he was of me, you know, being able to see that I got this podcast and I'm trying to do something positive, because he know where I came from. Me and this joker done work together. And when I say that, you know, I mean, me and Slim really put in some work, man. And I mean, you know, people tell me that, you know, my authenticity is unique, because there's a lot of people out here that don't really want to talk about what they've been through. But I don't have no problem talking about it now, because it's who I am. It's who I am today. It's the reason why I am the way I am and who I am today. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been through a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to do something different. And now I got these people telling me I gotta go and get depositions when the fucking, it tells you what the outcome of the record was, what the charge was. It tells you right on the report. And I was trying to explain to this lady on the phone, this DC government employee, and she just giving me all this back and forth, all that, what I can give you the investigator's number. I don't need the investigator's number. I'm just trying to ask you if you can help me out. Well, she did the background check. You need to ask her. And so, I mean, you say, yes, I should file a complaint, right? And so if I do decide to file this complaint, what is that going to do, really? Like, what really is that going to do, right? I mean, hey, Slim, it's crazy, Rob. It's crazy. And I mean, I remember going to the DMV. I remember going to the MVA. I remember going to certain buildings, even when I was working and I had a job and I had to go into a DC government building. It's not even what they say, it's how they say. You know what I'm saying? It's how they say stuff, right? And I feel like at the end of the day, for me, I mean, it's not worth going through all of the back and forth. So when I felt like the conversation was going left, I just hung up. But it made me think about it like, damn, you got some good people out here. I mean, all of us got a pass. All of us got a pass. All of us been through some shit, right? And so now we at a place of peace in our life. We at a place of tranquility. We thinking clearly. Our mindset is different. We see these youngins. We see our community. I mean, even with my man that I talked about earlier, I mean, he even talking about having his tow truck company provide a service for returning citizens. That way dudes can get out of jail and come be tow truck drivers. I mean, I love it. So we gonna get on the show. We got an episode that we gonna do. But I feel like it's enough people out here that's trying to do better, that's trying to, you know, do something right for the community, and you got shit like this that's stopping you. That's crazy, man. That is fucking crazy, Joe. How You trying to do something better for your community, but you going through all of this back and forth with these fucking DC employees, man. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it just makes no sense to me, man. I mean, here it is. I'm just trying to volunteer, trying to give back, and I get all this kickback, all this pushback. For what? For what, Joe? I mean, I hear you. I hear you, Miss Washington. I mean, it's times that they really don't know, but Miss Washington, this letter, the big letter, is telling me that I got to go get depositions for each charge. This is the report. Each charge has a deposition at the bottom of it. I don't even want to show you because I don't want to scare nobody. But at the bottom, it says deposition. And then it tells you what the deposition is. So why do I need to go get a deposition again? I'm confused, man. And so, again, this is not going to deter me from volunteering at my high school, man. It's not. I'm not going to let this stop me from volunteering at my high school, man. But I felt like, the DC government and its employees, and I'm not saying all, because I know some people going to watch this video and they're going to be like, whatever, I work for DC government. I ain't like that. And if you giving me the answer like that, then yeah, it probably is you too. But what I'm saying is, it's a shame that, we as black people give each other so much attitude, give each other so much of our issues and our problems that we going through. Like if somebody got bad news before they went to work, and you walk in and you want to, whatever type of service, they give you the frustration that they got from whatever phone call that they got this morning, or whatever bill that they couldn't pay, or they child not getting up on time to go to school. They give you all that bad energy. That's fucked up, man. I don't want your bad energy. I'm trying to share positive energy. I'm trying to give back to the kids, man. And you giving me all this negative energy, man. It's crazy. Thank you, Mark. Self-hate. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I mean, because it's crazy to me, man. I mean, I've lived in the district for a long time, man. And I remember I had a conversation with a homie. He was like, but you don't live in DC no more. I was like, but what do that mean, though? That I don't live in DC no more. What does that mean? I even had a conversation with my man, Tony, man, and he was like, Slim, why the fuck would I still live around there? I got my daughter. I see what the environment is. I gotta make a better way for her. Now, not saying that I won't ever go back, not saying that I won't ever own property in D.C., but right now, this is the best move for me, for my daughter, and I feel the same way. And I felt like if I would have stayed in D.C. and lived in D.C., I wouldn't have made it. That's why I tell everybody when I went to Dale State, it wasn't because I wanted to be a student. It wasn't because that I felt like I wanted to graduate from college. It's because I didn't want to die, man, because if I had to stay home from 1997 to 2002, whenever I left Dale State, I would have probably been dead or locked up, man. Cause I was off the fucking chain. I wasn't unknowledgeable about the stuff that I was doing. Like it wasn't like I was doing it and didn't know that it was bad. It wasn't like I did stuff and didn't know right from wrong. I mean, I just didn't give a fuck. I just was a young nigga who didn't give a fuck, right? And I was at the point in my life where I was by myself. I didn't have no parental, advisory anymore. I was just solo. I got to go to class for myself. I got to do what I got to do. And I ain't had to speak to nobody. I remember my mother and them dropped me off at college for the first time. They dropped me off with a pizza from Pizza Hut and $50. And as soon as they pulled off to go home, I think they went to the casino first. As soon as they pulled off, I saw Tony, man. He was pulling this shit in his room. I told him to meet me outside. I was outside on the yard. I forgot what plot I was on. It was one of the fraternity plots. And I'm smoking a J. And we smoking. That was my first experience on a college campus, man. First experience, Joe. Smoking and just chilling with my man on the yard. And I remember these dudes came up and was like, man, y'all can't be on our bench smoking. I was like, what? man, this our plot. I said, what the fuck is a plot? He be like, man, this our fraternity and and you can't be on this smoking. I was like, man, make me move then. Fuck you talking about. And they ain't make us move. They ain't make us move. And it just went from there. I mean, people would say what they want about us, our class, you know, whatever, but we wasn't having it. We wasn't going for nothing. I mean, I'm not going to say that we literally went out and look for trouble, but you wasn't going to be talking to us no type of way. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck if this school or not, nigga. I'll beat the brakes off your ass. But that's not me no more. That is not me anymore. I mean, I still have that passion. I still have that emotion inside of me, but that is not me anymore. I want to channel that into, you know, I want to channel that and adjust it to these kids so I can help them. So I can help. I mean, I ain't just talking about kids. I'm talking about, younger men, 25, 19, 30. I can help them because I've been through a lot of this shit. Like my man Kelvin told me this morning, man. He was like, man, we've been through shit that they ain't never gonna go through, and we done shit that they ain't never gonna do, so we can relate to them and they should be able to relate to us off the break. I was like, and that's why I want to volunteer. That's why I want to give back. You just got a small glimpse of what we had to endure 4 years. LLS, both points you're making, trying to give your own community and dealing with service employees that are really your own people. Yeah, it's crazy, Mark. It's crazy. So many young men need to hear your story and know you can make better choices. And that's all I want to do. And that's all I want to do. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to answer this text message. We good. And that's all I want to do. All I want to do is give back. Let me acknowledge my comments. Boom, thank you. My homie, thank you. And so, my thing is, I just don't understand what the issue is. Like with the attitude and all of the, just the bullshit. All I want to do is volunteer, and I'm going through all this red tape. I'm going through all this bullshit just to volunteer. I got to drive to pay money to volunteer. That makes no sense. And again, I'm not going to let this stop me. I just felt like I want to come out and vent a little bit after I had this moment on the phone with this DC public employee, public school employee. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy that we got to go through this. What's even worse is that they will roll out the red carpet for an outsider or a white face. Exactly, Slim. Exactly. My point exactly. I mean, it is. I'm a brother, got a record clearly. Got a background, and then you treat me like, oh yeah, we want you to go to the courts and get a deposition. Why? It's all in this report that you just sent me. Why do I gotta go spend money for something that you already have, Joe? And now you want me to go get letters and recommendations. But guess what? I ain't get 3. I got 5. And I couldn't even get to that part because she wanted to be smart. She was already eating, so I was already irritated because she was eating and talking to me. And all you gotta do and go and I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? I'm like, come. Listen, all I'm saying, y'all, is with this experience that I just had, don't let anything deter you or stop you from doing what you want to do, especially if it has anything to do with community service or volunteering, man. The people, your feeling, your heart that's making you want to go volunteer, making you want to do community service is a reason why. It's going to be a blessing for you, and it's going to make you feel a certain type of way at the end of the day. Don't lose that. Don't let anything or anybody stop you from doing that. I just wanted to come on here real quick and just talk about, why the disconnection with DC government workers and this whole, how shit is set up and the people that they got working in certain places. I mean, certain people should not be in customer service. Certain people should not answer the phone. Whoever the fuck hired this person who answered the phone should be fired. Not necessarily the person who answered the phone, but the person who hired her should be fired, because I don't always blame the people. I blame the management. I blame people who are supposed to be training these people who are running these these corporations, these offices, these businesses. I blame the managers. I blame whoever does the hiring, because when I was a manager for Downtown Locker Room, when I was a manager for Target, when I was a manager for Shoe City, when I was a manager for Banana Republic, my managerial skills was on point. I always made sure that customer service is always strong. I said, you go out and you have a great customer service experience with these customers, and it'll be the best time you ever had. These customers will come back. They will remember you by name. They will bring you gifts. I was working at Banana Republic and Tyson's Corner Mall, and I had customers bringing me gifts all the fucking time. And I worked in the back of the house. I worked in the back of the store. And I had people can you tell Kevin to come out front? I had people bringing me cookies and gifts and all types of shit, because my customer service and my training skills was on point. That's why I said that when people ask me, I just recently got laid off at my job, and it's been a couple of people who reached out to me and was like, what you want to do? I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. I said, but I can tell you what I know how to do very well. I know how to manage people. And I remember one time I went to a class, and it was a seminar just on managing. And the dude was like, do you know what a manager is? And everybody was like, oh, supervisor, somebody who, oversees assignments and this, that, and the third. He was like, no, a manager / supervisor is a glorified babysitter. I was like, damn, he right. That's all it is, Joe. And once you can manage how to deal with people that way, it's easy breezy. And I always managed with life experience. I always explain what I want you to do. I always explain why I want you to do it this way. And then I always used a life experience with it to understand that it's got to be something that you do all the time. It ain't something that you just do for work. It's something that you, when you get in your car, when you out to dinner with your folks, when you at the movies, when you out in society, when you out in public, because it all ties in. How you work at work ties into everything. What's up, twin? How you work ties into everything that you do. It ties into everything. I mean, I told a dude one time that when you get a job, do what's required, but do more. Right? Do more than what's required, and watch what happens. He was like, "What you mean?" I said, "You gonna be able to separate yourself from people, and the white people will be able to see you and be like, yeah, we need to fuck with him. If you do what's required, he do a good job. But if you do more than what's required, listen." And once I got that part, I started getting raises. I started getting bonuses. I started getting free cell phones, gas cars. I mean, I had a job, y'all. Not that I'm mad that I left, because they ain't really want to pay me the money that I thought I deserved. But I had this job. I could use the trucks when I wanted to. I had a gas car. I had a free cell phone. I mean, I had it sweet at my job, right? But that's because I was doing more than what was required. Saturdays, I was working Saturdays. I was working overtime. I was taking long trips to Richmond. I was taking long trips up to Thurmont, Maryland. I was doing whatever, right? And so I just feel like when people got these cushy jobs for the federal government, DC government, they just take advantage of that shit and treat others when they call like shit. And I'm like, how's it that you being blessed with a good job for the federal government, DC government, whatever government agency you work for, and you end up treating people like shit? I don't understand it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bothering me, but it pisses me off a little bit, because we always talking about how other races treat us. I mean, I've been to different countries. I'm gonna just say that. I've been to a few different countries, and when I go to these different places, all of these people that you say disrespect us, they don't disrespect us. They fun-loving people. You'd be surprised how many black people treat black people like shit. But when you go out the country, all these people that you say don't fuck with us for real. Like on all music, food, how we dress, our swag, how we operate, everything. They fuck with us, Joe. Every country that I've been to thus far and met people from I met a couple from, god damn it. Where did I meet this couple from? They were from Shit, they were Jewish. I remember they were Jewish, but I can't remember the country they was from. But they was telling me about how they do festivals and how they come together as family and eat and all this. And the girl was like, "Shit, I wish you all can come and visit." And I mean, so at the end of the day, it's not about, no specific race or no color, because I mean, we kind of set the tone for how people treat us. We do. We set the tone. We set the tone for how other people treat us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we go out in public and we acting like fucking assholes, of course somebody gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with him?" And then you say something, they're gonna be like, "Man, get the fuck out of here," because you acting like a fucking asshole. But if you act like you got some dignity, if you acting like you got some couth with yourself, come on, man, you gonna get treated differently. When I have conversations at the bar, if I go out or I go somewhere, especially at the cigar lounge when I was smoking cigars heavy, dudes be like, "Man, where you from?" "Oh, Southeast." "For real? What part?" And then I tell them, like, "Damn, for real, Slim, you jive thorough." I'm like, I mean, it is what it is. I go out the country, people ask me where I'm from. "I'm from D.C. "Oh, what part?" "Oh, Southeast." "Where's that?" "Oh, it ain't near the White House." And so what I'm saying is, it's all about how you come off, your energy. I was just telling somebody today, I'm an energy person. I can feel negative energy. And if it's around me, I gotta get the fuck. And I'm just truly disappointed at the fact that I'm trying to volunteer at my old alma mater, Ballou High School, and kind of give back to the community, and I'm going through all of this bullshit. So I just thought I want to come on here and just share that. I wasn't gonna be able to get through all the comments. Yeah, they do. Hey, twin, I learned it myself, Slim. I learned it myself. But I mean, I just came on here, y'all, to share that. And I guess if you came in late, you can go back and watch the replay of the video, and then you can always, leave a comment. I'm gonna get back at you as soon as I can. But I just thought I would come on here and leave that with y'all, man. But I will also tell you though, don't let nothing or nobody deter you from wanting to do community service or give back to your community, and let alone, don't let nobody stop you from doing anything that you want to do, dream-wise, work-wise, career-wise. I mean, anything. Don't let nobody stop you from doing what you want to do. Be able to see the bigger picture and be better than you were yesterday, man. 6th Man. Y'all be easy.